Hello, hello, hello. I'm sharing links and then. Hey, Kathy, no, you are early, honey. Woohoo. Awesome. Hey, Lori. How's the beach? I'd be so excited. That's why I need a big vacation. I can't go on a vacation right now. I'm too busy. Too busy in my life. That's okay. Hi, Nettie. Well, good, Lori. You needed a break. You needed a vacation. Hi, Beverly. Oh my gosh, did you guys see the name for tonight's video? I'm so excited. Oh yeah, Kathy, I bet. See, it didn't really affect me. And my husband worked through all of it. So, because he works he works with electric. So, when there were storms and stuff like that, they still had to have that. Hey, Mom. Hi, Kathy Jean. Oh, April's here. Hi, April. April, was you the one talking about the mixed media books yesterday? That you wanted one? Hi, Jackie. Oh, you got me on the TV. Woohoo. Well, it's a good thing it's just my craft mat and not me, or your TV wouldn't be big enough. Somebody yesterday, when I was talking about the mixed media books, was talking about that they wanted one. Oh, wow, Kathy Jean. I know you were on vacation. Connie Woods was on vacation. Lori's on vacation. Okay, it don't matter one way or the other. Let me find a dry napkin. Try to dry my table off here. Oh, I know. Hey, my mama knew how to feed me. It's not my fault. It's the truth, though, girl. Actually, I did better. Okay. It was one of these, April. This one, it's one of the ones, the lay flat ones. Mixed media. I went back today because I was going to check them out at mine and see if I could grab one, and there was this one. Or no, that was today. Hi, Mindy. How are you? Well, then that might be okay, Nettie. That might work. I'm not quite. Oh, so we'll give everybody a little bit of time to get in, and then we'll get started. I always craft. I mean, I know I show you guys stuff I find or whatever, but I have a ton of vintage books, and I thought we would sort of go through some of those today because people don't really, because I get messages all the time. People are like, well, what is a good book to get? What's not a good book to get? I mean, things like that. I personally think any vintage book is awesome, so I just grab them all. But there's certain ones that, are nicer than others. So give everybody some time to get in. Oh, That's me, Lori. Any book, and I'm good. So I've quite a few. Some are my personal collection that I will never part from. Some of them are ones that eventually I'll probably part with, or some of them I may part with. I don't know. Yeah, you never know. There's some that I point blank will never. Hi, Kath. How are you? Like my Charles Dickens 1913 Christmas Carol. My husband's like, "Well, do you want this one?" And I'm like, "No, that's one's." Yeah. Or if it's something that, I mean, there's some things you can find that. Yeah, I like any book. They don't even have to be old books, actually. I like books in general. I love cookbooks. I have probably somewhere upward to 200 plus cookbooks. I'm doing good. It's hot, it's humid, but it's, it's almost July. It is crazy because when you think that, it literally just turned summer, but, if kids go back to school at a regular time, it's right around the corner. Well, here's the question. I'll ask this later when everybody's on here. Would you prefer for me to do packets like I've been doing? Because I try to do ones that have, anywhere between, depending on the book. I mean, some books only have so many pages, so I try to split those up. But I try to do, like 10 pages, sometimes 30 if there's, a really nice signature amount to the book, and sell them like that. But would you rather have it a mix of all together? I mean, because, and and how many do you want in a bundle? I mean, are you talking a bundle of, 10 or 15 different books, or a bundle of like 5 books, because if you go into 10, 15 books, especially the vintage ones, because if you're hunting them at antique stores and stuff like that, they're expensive. I mean, I have some books that are like extremely expensive. So it sort of depends on how big of a bundle do you want. Would you rather have like a 5-book bundle, 5 different ones in a pack, or would you rather me put them all in a big bundle and, have one big price for all of them? Oh, what's everybody been up to? We got a couple minutes. A mix. Oh, you wasn't listening at book pages. I have all kinds of different books. I have geography books, and I have form type books that have forms in them. And I have a mixture of books. Oh, okay, Kathy Jean, that's fine, honey. Oh, I bet, Jackie. Kath, I am with you. I have so much stuff going on right now that I feel like I'm spinning in circles. That's why I was like, okay, what am I doing for tonight? And I was like, well, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, because I've got so many to do. And I went, I'm going to flip through some books. And then if we do that, then I'm going to work on and we get that done. Then I'm going to work on some journaling cards. Look at my journaling cards. Aren't they cute? They're just one-sided. They need a coffee back, but aren't they cute? So cute. The little yellow one, you can't tell, but it actually has a sun. Well, yeah, you can. You can see the sun on it, like the rays of the sun on there, which is pretty cool. There's a little bitty of that one. And there's that one. And then that little pretty green one. They're perfect for a garden journal. It's like there's that one, and that one, and that one. And it says serene, calm, peaceful, tranquil, Serene common piece. Oh, it switches, it rotates itself. So I have a couple different sets of those. I know. Super pretty. I keep getting yelled at, and I don't want to say yelled at. That's probably not the right word to use. I keep getting these messages via everywhere and emails, and people were like, "Are you going to list any like physical items that you make in your Etsy store? You need to make some physical items and put in there." And I'm like going, "Okay, I will try to work on that." So we'll see. Dorothy, maybe I can help. I can help what? Shoo. If you need me to think of something, maybe. I'm good with ideas, but man, right now, it is crazy. I know. I love this little one right here with like the little card on it. With the little note card. I love that. It's probably my favorite. You don't know what to do with... Make stuff. What kind of ephemera? What kit are you talking about, Kath? Like, give me an example. Well, I'm always like, well, you know, why would... I don't know. I'm just goofy like that. Oh, well, you can decorate them and don't, you know, use them for all kinds of different things. I like using mine, like, well, I'll use this for example. Say if like this was a tag and a card, or even, you know, a regular tag. I like taking some fabric and putting like with a piece of cardstock to the back and, you know, coffee dyed paper on the inside and making it like a little signature. All that kind of stuff. So, but you can do all kinds of things. Maybe we'll do a video on that. We will do that Wednesday. I'll write it down. Let me write it down, because if I don't write it down, I'll forget. Wednesday. Using DigiKit ephemera. For Kath. Okay. And I'm putting it right by my microphone so I can see it and I remember. Yeah, you can use it for all kinds of stuff. Oh, you have no idea what to do with the bee kit? Okay. Oh, no. And you don't know what to do with the kit at all. Okay. Hey, Carol. Okay, well, we will talk about that Wednesday. Have you never used Have you ever used a DigiKit before, Jackie? Or is this your first DigiKit? Yep. Oh, wait. That's right. Whoops. I meant Thursday. Oh, no. We got to finish the thing. Okay. We will do it next Friday. That's what next Friday will be. I'm sorry, honey. I forget the whole Sunday, Wednesday thing. I'm used to doing it every day, and so I still have to get that in my brain. I come in here and sit down and get everything, and I'm starting. My husband's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm getting everything ready." And he's like, "Wait a minute, you don't have a live tonight." And I'm like, "Oh, Friday. We will do that Friday. That will be next Friday. Or I'll show my books, and if we get done with that, then I've got some kit stuff laying around. Maybe I'll pull that out and play with that." instead of my tags. I can do that later. Okay, we're going to get going. So you guys know, if you remember, I don't know if it was last sale or the sale before, I sold the little German book that I had. And I knew I had more, but I had to find them. And I found them. I actually have 3 more. So I will show you. And these come in little little boxes. So that's the end for that one. It's so pretty. And that's what it looks like. And it's got the little forget-me-nots on there because these are like, to write your things on so you don't forget them. So it's a Christian, it's called a Christian's forget-me-not is what it's actually called in German. That's what it translates to. Look at the little end pages. They're so darling. And this one does have some writing. This one was written in 1906 to 1907. The writing, there are flowers in this one. And I love them. They're so cute. And these have, every day has like a little saying. It has a scripture. Like, I'm not saying a scripture. Like this one's John 6:44. Matthew 5:14. So they're little German scriptures, which are so cute. But there are, let me see. There's all kinds. So, I mean, you go through every day of the year. And then there's the little scriptures. They're so cute. It's so cute. And like every month, I think, or so. Let me see. Is it month? Nope. Every, like, seasonal. Isn't that pretty? Little flowers. Oh my gosh, Jackie, that is awesome. Psalms 23:4 is so cute, but all the little pages have scriptures on them, and then it's got all the little flowers. There's Psalms 33:22. Let's see. So this is one of the little ones that I have, and then there's blank pages in the back. But it's really cool because like it'll have the days, like this is November 3rd and 4th, and then this side's blank for you to write in. They don't actually do dates in them, so you have to go according to the date that they were written in. And so like this one was written March 18th. This was given to whoever, March 18th of 1906 to 1907. So that was the year they were using it for. But it's so cute, and it comes in its little box. So that's one of them, and I think it's darling. So there's that one. So that's one of my books I have. And I'm debating about, because I feel, weird having all, it's not that I don't feel weird, but, I don't know. And this one's red on the back, and it's got the gold and black spine. And this little one, they're different sizes. So like this little one is 2.5 by 4. So this one's 2.5 by 4. So this is like, ATC card size, basically. And then this one is 3 by 4.5. And it's got a little, it's got the little angel on the front. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And again, it's the Christian's Forget-Me-Not. Look at the end paper. It's darling. And this one, I have to look at this one. I think this one is the one that has. No, but then there is a little picture of Jesus. And again, they've got the scriptures, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, these flowers are so detailed. Really pretty. And then that has a poem. And then again, this has scriptures. Now, the person who owned this did write birthdays on there. Hi, Cheryl. Did write her birthdays in there, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to flip ahead to a flower page. Let me find a flower page, because it goes like every 3 months they have a flower page. So there's one in here somewhere. I can find it. Oh, and there's, see, it's ferns and little forget-me-nots. This is so pretty. Let's see. And there's that one. So this one sort of has like a fern and forget-me-not type. I'm trying to see if there's more. No, a fern and forget-me-not type vibe to it. There's little bitty ferns in that one too. Oh, these are so pretty. I love them. But they just sit on my shelf, which is like not good either. I know. Yes, it is. But oh no, Cheryl. And then it's got some advertisements in the back. So it's really cute. So that's that one. And these two I like, but they're not my favorite. They're okay. I adore this one. This is my favorite. And this one measures 3.5 by 4 3/4. And it's green. And it's green and gold, which I love. But I love it. Isn't it pretty? It's my favorite by far. Out of all of the ones I have, this is like my favorite that no matter what, this is mine. I'm keeping this one. And look at the little flowers in the front. And it's all like, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can. You can see the shimmer. It's all like gold embossed. Or not embossed, but like gold leafing on it where it's all shimmery. So cute. And this one was from 1905 is when this is from. And there's that one. See the pretty flowers? It's so pretty. In Matthew 28:20. And this one's a little different because, it's got the scriptures and the blank pages, but it has, the bright red boxes around it. I'll try to. And then there's that one. I love the flowers in this one. Yeah, this is my favorite. And I like the color tone of the pages on this better. Mark 5:36. And that is an H, you guys, before anybody gets silly. Let's see. And this has a different flower at every month. So it has, I'm trying to turn it to where hopefully you guys can see. So every month this one has one. It does have some writing in it, but I love it. I just love the colors in it. Isn't that pretty? Yes, it is in German, Cheryl. Yep, it is Cheryl. It is German. There's another one. Oh, look at those strawberries. My husband, when he was little, couldn't say strawberries. He called them straw babies. This one is not for sale, honey girl. This is mine. I love this one. This one's my favorite. Hopefully, my husband is looking into finding me a book scanner because I have so many old books that I just don't want to tear apart. That I can scan like the images in as digitals. I have it's all these little German books, April. Yep, so that is that, and there's the back cover. But this is by far my favorite. Very, very much my favorite. These other two, they're cute. They're beautiful. I like the flowers, but I have them because I managed. When I found them, I found all 4 of them. And the one I sold the other day. Yes, my printer scans. The problem with my printer, or the problem with my scanner is a flatbed scanner. I don't want to try to lay some of my books, especially my older ones, flat completely because I don't want to break down the spines. And I'm really weird about that, because like this one, if I wanted to scan it opens up like that. But I mean, that's about as far as you can get it, and you can hear it start creaking because of its age. I don't want to break the spine, because I mean, if you think of like the old Reader's Digest books where the spines are all broken off of, if you lay them flat like that, it does it. Yeah, there are book scanners you can find, and that's what I'm going to get, because there's just some of them that I want to scan that I'm just not going to break the spines for. This is another little darling book, and this one I think I'm actually going to, I don't know if I want to sell it as a whole book or if I want to, because I mean it's already got some issues, you know, where they've tried to fix it in the past and stuff. But this one is from 1890, and it's literally it's called the Little Songbook, and it is all in, do they have a hump in the middle? Yeah, oh, where they're raised up, yeah. Hi, Marty. Yep, they have book scanners where you just lay it flat, and it digitally scans it with a laser, so you don't have to worry about, and it goes around the corners and the bumps and all that. It's what like libraries use to digitize their books and things. So, but yep. So this one is this was given in July 15th of 1892 was given to her, but it's actually from 1890. Yep, there is a book scanner that you can buy, and it's a lot safer on your old books. And that's my big concern, because I'm getting so many really, really old ones. And I want to scan them and turn them into digitals, but my magazines aren't so bad. So I have a bunch of garden catalogs. I have a bunch of vintage, like fashion catalogs. But I don't want to, like, this one's not too bad. I mean, this one I probably could scan because it folds open, and the margins are so wide that I don't think I would miss anything on the scanner, but a lot of them don't do that. But yeah, so this may be one that I don't know if I want to scan it or if I want to just, I don't know. It's a songbook, so, but they're in verses. I don't know if you can tell. You guys probably can't see the print or not, but yep. So there's that one, and that's a little Dutch songbook. Then I got this one. I bought this way, guys. There was two strings. There was a string here, and a string here holding the whole entire book together. But this is a McGuffey's Fifth Eclectic Reader, revised edition. It is from, and it's falling apart, so it is from 1879. 1879, and it is falling apart, but I love the covers. They were already not attached when I got it. So I think these would be just darling, you know, reinforce the spine and actually make a journal out of the covers. I mean, because they're just darling. I mean, they are aged and stuff, but that's sort of cool. You're so funny, Lori. So I don't know, but these, it was actually already coming apart. So all the signatures are pulled apart and everything, but I'll flip through some of the pages, and it is all mostly reading, but there are pictures in it. I mean, I'm trying not to make sure I don't break it anymore. There are pictures in it. So it's really, and there's poems and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So there's some really cool stuff in there. Oh, now see, this would be really cute for somebody that was doing a journal about their mother. It's called My Mother's Hands. That's cute. So there's another book, another one about my mother. The old sampler. And there's some really cute pictures. So some of these I may scan, especially the poems and stuff. So yeah. Well, Carol, everywhere. I've found them at yard sales. I've actually found them at my Goodwill, my thrift store, antique stores. You can find them everywhere. April, I totally get that. My problem is I have a lot of people who want multiples of one. They don't want 2 or 3 pages of one book. They want, enough to do for a journal or, to do multiple journals with. So it's like I can't make everybody happy. So it's trying to figure out, what that medium is. So, but yeah, this is the American Checker Monthly. It is from 1927. The American Checker Association. Yes, I had to check this out. They actually had a checker society, like the game checkers. And they actually produced, their own little magazine every month that told about all the big tournaments and, different moves you could do to win and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. How to analyze your moves. And then they'll have tournaments and they'll say, what moves were made for that person to win. So how to do, for your games and tournaments. So the Marty, well, it is seriously. I get messages from people going, can you do bundles? And then I get messages from people going, well, I know you're doing bundles, but I don't want, 3 pages of this. I want 30 pages of this. If I want 30 pages, do I have to buy 10 bundles? Can you pull this from this bundle and let me have more or what? It's just insanity. So, but there's that. So let me move some of these out of especially this reader because it's really old. Okay. All kinds of people. I do get people. Hey, you guys have no clue. On an average morning, this is no lie. On an average morning, I can wake up and not counting group text messages where there's a bunch of people going in it, like Facebook. I will have no less than 35 to 50 messages about this or that, or somebody griping about this, or somebody going, well, why don't you do this? Or can you do this? Or can you do this? Or you can do this. And it's can't make everybody happy. I actually have 3 of these. There's an 1887, an 1889, and an 1886. These are the Virginia Medical Monthly, which was a medical magazine that was put out. So I have 86, 87, and 89. And they're really cool. And it's got some advertising on the back. Soluble sugar-coated pills. So it does have some pictures in it. There's the Dixie Plow. Okay, these are in 1880. There's a Listerine ad. Oh, no, honey. I wasn't talking about you. But there's a Listerine ad. A hernia truss. Don't ask me, but that's what it is. Cod liver oil and milk. So there's just all kinds of, and then it goes into medical colleges that are available. Bellevue Hospital Medical College. And it smells like an old book. And then it goes into, their actual, all their written stuff that talks about all their meetings and what's going on and all the society stuff. And it smells really so there's all kinds of, ooh, Liebig Company's Cocoa Beef Tonic. I don't think I'd want to eat that. Pure cod liver oil. Wolf Trap water. Eee. So yeah, there's some. Okay, there you go. Anyone need a uterine support? I know, wasn't that funny? I understand, April. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, it's for clubbed feet and weak ankle braces. And then there's the pretty saddlebags the doctors use. There's that uterine supporter again. Look, there's the defibrillator of the time. Oh, does anybody want the Rorik system of rectal treatment? That does not look friendly. So yeah, there's a lot of Scotch essence, oat Scotch essence. So there's just like a lot of weird advertisements, and each one has different things in it. You'll see, different ones. Some of the things are the same, like I guess because there's a health preserver, but your bottom hangs out of it. So I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, that was pretty funny. We were looking through them the other night. Me and my husband was dying laughing. And there's a picture of, I have no idea. He's Milton Josiah Roberts, MD. He was the professor of orthopedic surgery and mechanical therapeutics at the New York Postgraduate Medical School and Hospital. He's distinguished for his operative methods of bone surgery. Oh, Lord, I don't know what they did for that. But so there's like, there's the, okay, guys, there's the gynecological and surgical chair. Put your feet up. There's a typewriter. There's the rectal treatment again, right next to the plow. Oh, my. I needed a laugh today. Oh, look, there's all the little cells. This is cod liver oil and milk. That's what it looks like when it's blew up. And there's cow's milk. And there's the hernia truss again. I'm not sure what you do with that thing either. Oh, look, I'm from Indiana, so Mom will think this is cool. Or if you're from Indiana, look, it's Eli Lilly and Company from Indianapolis, Indiana. We drive past there all the time. How cool is that? So they were around back then. Way back then. I know. Liquid beef tonic. Hey, we're going to ground your cow up. Here you go. Jeez. Oh, this is the funny one. Okay, there's a nerve sedative ad. Check this out, you guys. It's a skillfully prepared combination of meat converting, fat converting, and starch converting materials that are used for your digestive aid. And it's got a pig stirring it. Oh, does he really, Marty? That is not too, that's about 45 minutes from Mom's house. Eagle brand condensed milk. Elgin brand condensed milk. Look at this. Buy only the best. The Gale Borden Eagle brand condensed milk as a food for infants that has no equal. They were feeding their kids condensed milk. That's like sugar. Jeez. Nice. Oh, where you go? Patent seamless skin fitting shirts that were wool. We're not even going to make you scratch. We're going to stick it to you, so you have to stay there. Oh, my. So there's all kinds of ads about hospitals and colleges for hospitals. Then you go into, more pictures. Vicious fluid food, bovine. Nutrition is a physical basis of life. There's a medical and surgical electrical apparatus. There's Cheryl's uterine support. Yeah, I know they want baby formula, but giving them sugar that's crazy. Uterine supporters. That was a big deal back then. I wonder why. And there's the hernia truss again. Oh, what's in there? There's a picture of something. Oh, nice. It's a description for making catgut mats that they use when they did colonoscopies. Fun. There's a lobe of your... Is it your heart? Yep, that's the heart. And then there's this cool little subscription page that they put in there. It's cool. There's some more of that cocoa stuff. What is this thing? Nasal spray for treating cataract. There's your operating set. So anybody's doing like a vintage medical journal. There's with the batteries. There's an antiseptic drainage tube. Jeez. Looks like something you'd use in your garage. And there are some, old smudges on it where it's just dated from being old. So that's them. I know, right? Okay. So that was them. I'm not sure if I showed this one before, but I love it, so I'm going to show it again. It does have duct tape on the edge, which I hate. Yep, they did, Mom. And I love this. See, this is one I'm keeping, but this was I actually bought it for $7.50. It actually is worth like $170 if you go to buy it at a antique store or whatever. That's what they'll price it at right now. So, there's the old swimming hole, and it means something to me because it's the complete works of James Whitcomb Riley. About probably about 10-15 minutes from me is where he was born and he grew up. So it's pretty cool for me. And it's 1913, but it's all his, all of his works and all his poetry. There are some pictures, but they're like few and far between. But I love the cover, and his poems are really good. If you don't know who James Whitcomb Riley is, he does some really, really good poetry. And there's where one was handwritten. I was looking, there was a picture of him in here. Maybe that's the other book. It might be the other book. I have another one. So there's some hand-drawn pictures that he drew. So, I mean, it's just where he wrote a poem for their golden wedding anniversary. So yeah, it's just a pretty cool book, but I love the cover, and the end pages in this are just darling. So neat. So that's mine. Here's another one I have. It's old, but it's not old. 1945, Poems for Boys and Girls. I love this book. This book is so pretty. So this is one I would have to split up like in pages. And there's where little Catherine wrote her name. Look at the little fairies and the mushrooms. So cute. And of course, you know, there's where little Catherine scribbled on it. There's Finding Fairies. And some of these are very popular authors as you read them. There's Rachel Field. I love the colors and are just so pretty. Margaret Whitmore, Dorothy Aldous, and Dixie Willison. And like every other page, one is colored and one is black and white. This is Elizabeth Maddox Roberts is the author of this one called The Circus. And I love the pictures in this if somebody was doing There Once Was a Puffin by Florence Jacques. I can't say it. So it's pretty cute. The Family Wagon. It's by Margaret Whitmore. Isn't it cute? The Ship of Rio. Walter de la Mare. Robert Louis Stevenson, which a lot of you guys may know, his poetry is extremely popular. Where You Go the Boats. The Little Girl Next Door by Mildred Bowers Armstrong. Eileen Fisher for the Snowball Resolution. Doorbells by Rachel Field. I love this one with the girls and their little bumper shoots or umbrellas, whatever you want to call them. Dixie Wilson, Emily Dickinson. I never saw more. Isn't that pretty? I mean, that would just be so pretty, like in a beach journal or something like that. In the little fireplace with the owl outside. The Secret Caravan by Margaret Whitmore. Elizabeth Maddox Roberts and Walter de la Mare. Rachel Field and Eileen Fisher. See, look at that one. Uh-oh, Lori, you need this one. The Barefoot Days. That one is so cute. Christmas Morning. Such a pretty page. That would be so pretty in a Christmas journal. Pine Tree Song, Somersault. Some of these are by repeat authors, so I love this one with the forest at night. So pretty. Look at all the little bugs, little mice and stuff. The Goblinade. This is so cute. Look at the little goblins. And Gypsies. Uh-oh. I have to use that in my Gypsy journal. The Sweet Stuff Wife. And the Animal Shop, the Animal Store. The Loveliest of Trees. Isn't that pretty? Another. Joyce Kilmer. She's in there. Look at that with all the fairies. Isn't that cute? The Fairy One of Marketing. Robert Frost, Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. So there's Robert Frost. Eugene Field is pretty popular. Robert Louis Stevenson. Farewell to the Farm. They're all leaving the farm. Hiawatha Was Childhood. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Walter Del Mar. Dream Song. That is pretty. And the Linnet. Walter Del Mar. John Farr. Serious Omission. That didn't look good. And then there's just the acknowledgement page. Look at that poor little fairy right there. He's on the acknowledgement page. He's so cute. Oh, I know. And then she's wrote poems in the back like 3 or 4 times to try to figure out. And she still spelled it wrong. Poeme. So they're so cute. I love that one. This one is Thanoptis by Bryant. There's the cover. Yes, I bought it for the cover, you guys. Just because I liked the cover. And I have like big ideas because I think you could cut this like right here. Use this as your actual spine and then like center it and make or even use this whole thing as your spine and then cut the back off. So you'd actually would have the original spine you would just be shortening the covers. But I love it. Look at the age on that. Look at that. That is so pretty. Oh, it may be a postcard. I don't know. Because a lot of times you'll find book covers will be used as postcards and such. And then there's the inside. And these pages, you guys, are like, look how thick that page is. It's almost like cardboard. And it was William Cullen Bryant is who it's by. Henry H.M. Caldwell Company of New York and Boston. 1874. So there are pictures in here. They're all black and white. And it's sort of about life. And I don't mean life being like, sort of like from the beginning through death. So like, you know, some being born under the open sky. And you can see, you know, there's the little cemetery. So it's sort of about like, I don't know, about once you die and where you go in the cold ground and see the stones starting to go down in the cemetery a little bit. And then there's a poem about that part. Where thy pale form is laid with many tears. Aww. And then when you're dissolved to earth again, because there's, see, I don't know if you guys can even see in the thing, there's where it says memory. The little tombstone's almost back down into the ground again. And then there's the little poem that goes with it. And it says, unto dust thou shalt return. And it's like, you know, the earth is overtaking them back. And then, again, there's a little poem. It's pretty cool. Old ocean's gray and melancholy waste. So, you know, you guys always hear about like the boatman. The dead reign there. And the Exodus 12 and 30. And then like they are coming up in there. And then there's all the dead people under there. It's sort of really weird on that part. But in the shadow of death. And there's like Christ overlooking where everybody died. So it's very like sort of out there if you're not into that kind of thing. But I love the cover. That's what I wanted. So, yeah, that was one that was bought for my cover. So I may end up doing something with this. And I'll probably just, you know, somebody may want all the pages, I guess. I don't know. Or somebody may want the pages. I don't know. We'll see. But I love the cover. So there was that one. Okay. I'm not sure if I've showed this or not. This is called the Blue Jackets Manual. It's actually from 1940. It's from the U.S. Navy. I actually found it at my thrift store. My grandfather, my mom's dad, was in the Navy. I've got cousins and stuff were in the Navy, but most of my uncles were either Air Force or my dad and my other uncles were Marines. But so this is 1940, the 10th edition, and it's the Navy. It's their, what do you call it? Their training manual. And so it's really cool. It's got like all the knots. And I think I may have showed this before. It's got flags. So, you know, if you're sailing, you need to know all the flags and what they stand for. E. It's back when German had their merchant ships in World War II. So, you know, there are different, you know, holds if you're training, you know, what to do if you're life-saving someone. Hygiene and first aid. So, I mean, there's like, you know, all of the first aid part of it. The ships. Identifying the different types of ships. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Let me get to the back because there's, so I mean, it's got, you know, how to do certain things, tons of how to put your mask on. I mean, if you're into, like physical drills that you need to do every day. There's, of course, different parts that you need to know if you're taking things apart and putting them back together. All the different things on the ship. There's this whole rope tying section. And then it has the little draw that tells you exactly how to do it, which is pretty cool. To make your rope. And then there's just like tools and what you use them for and how to use them. And so there's just all kinds of little, and there is like pullouts that have, just, yep, I have copies of the newspaper and everything for my grandfather, all his records, a list of all the people that, he was with and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I have that. So there's just tons of stuff. My grandfather was actually on the USS Dobbin. And then it actually has a library tag on it because it used to be in a library. And it was withdrawn from the Hartford Public Library in Hartford, Connecticut. 1923. And this is Shakespeare's comedy, The Taming of the Shrew. And so, like, it's got, the itinerary of the play. I was trying to see if there's any other pictures. I can't remember. It seemed like there was pictures in here. Hold on, we're just in the notes. That's all the notes on how to do it, which is pretty cool. And then there is some different little pictures. And that's what I tend to look for is pictures, things that I think that I can use. Of course, I like just the pages too, but I like pages with pictures the most. So that was pretty cool. And I have came from the family library, is what it's called. The family library is what the set of books is called. And there's a little picture, which is a really pretty picture. It's almost like postcard picture. Absolutely gorgeous. It is from 1863 and it is on the history of Ireland. So I don't know if anybody's talking about doing like an Irish journal. It is busted in the spine pretty bad. It's not destroyed, but the spine is completely separated. I don't know if you guys can tell that. So I will be, and it's got age on it, you guys. 1873, it's, and I don't know if there's any, I don't know if there's any pictures in it. I think it's all written words. Because when you get back, a certain far, you don't see a lot of words. So yeah, so it's from 1873 though. So it's pretty cool. But it's the history of Ireland. History of Ireland. Let's see. Oh, and this is another book by James Whitcomb Riley that I've added. Of course, like I said, he's right down the road from me. It's called Green Fields and Running Brooks. I love the end on that. I love the book, but it's just can you see those pages? Look at those pages, guys. Yeah, Kath, I am getting ready to do one. I have a massive, I've been collecting Irish stuff for my journal for, several years. So there are pictures in this. This is the one I thought I had earlier that had some pictures in it. This is from 1892. It is a first edition. You bought my Irish kit. I have an Irish kit. I have a Scottish kit. The little Bonnie Bairns. Is that what you're talking about? So he does, if you know James Whitcomb Riley, he does poetry, and some are really cool. I was trying to see. I know there's pictures. I think in this one, it may have been the other one. I have a couple other ones of him too that I didn't pull out. Nope. I am too. I'm 17% Irish. Oh, the Bonnie Barons. Yep. And this has gold gild on at one end, but then the other ones aren't. It's really weird. It was like one of the extra things you could add. You know, you could add on to. Okay, this is the Werman's Modern Languages. I love the front of this. It's called the German Echo. And obviously it's in German. I love the end pages because they're just gorgeous. But this is and this is from this 1870 is when this is from. And it is all the words in the front are all in German. And then you can look in the back. And in the back, there is a dictionary to look up each and every word. So, but yeah, it's all in German, so it's pretty cool. And I have a bunch of like foreign language books that I actually thought about doing some kits in foreign languages, you know, just like a foreign language one, because sometimes people want it in English, some people don't care. And then some people really want, you know, they want to use the French, the German, the Dutch, you know, all of those. So I have quite a few of different ones of those, but I have a Dutch, well, I had the Dutch music book. I've got this. I've got several different things in French. I've got several different things in German. So, okay. So this, and it is part second. Yes, you are not misreading. It actually says part second, containing the second 32 pages of the first reader. This was from copyrighted 1880. This is actually the student series. So like when you see like, well, this wasn't a McGuffey. This was a Sherwood and Company. But when you would see like the readers, like the McGuffey readers, that hardbound book, those were the teacher's editions. Then later on, they actually got to where you could buy the student series. And the student series, they would have different little ones that were all paperback. So, and this one actually is completely separated. So if you're an original page person, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. That's funny, Lori. There you go. But I actually have scanned this in. I have it scanned in, so I have to go in and do the touch-ups on it. Like touch up as in like, you know, any shadowing on the outside edges when you scan it and all of that. And I will be putting this up in my store probably this weekend. And I love it. The pictures in here are gorgeous. So there's the dog, a fox. A sly old fox is by the barn. He wants some dinner. What does he want to eat? He wants a nice fat hen. Can he get it? So it's really cute. And when I scanned the outside and the inside cover. And they are front and back. So that's why it's taken me a little bit more work, because I'm lining them up. So you will get, when you do it, you'll get two different PDF files. One will be all the fronts. One will be all the backs. So you will run all the fronts through. And then if you know, however you do your double-sided printing, then you'll put flip them up where you'll print on the back side. And then you can print directly on the back. So when you cut them out, they will be front and back. So that's why it's taking me a little bit longer. I know, right? And look at the little dog and the bird. Oh, there's little May. She's going riding with her papa. You guys, I used to work in daycare and schools. So their whole reading thing. I know the pictures are so vivid. Look at the swans. Jane's come to see her grandpa. And so, like, in the front of the story, like in the top of the story, it'll tell you, like in lesson 8, sour 6 gave milk and then are your new words. So it's really cute. And there's the puppy. Look at the cat. And again, you know, obviously they're talking about giving the cat milk. I love this picture. This, I'm actually thinking of converting this into a whole digital kit, like not just as the individual book, but maybe like shrinking it down so you have like a mini book that you could put in your journal, and then actually taking these pictures and putting them onto journal pages, because like this picture, I think would be the most adorable tag that you could ever make. I just think it's gorgeous. And then you have all the handwritten, you know, for your, yeah, there's a word for that. I'll come up with it in a minute. Isn't that a pretty picture? Yeah, I love these pictures. Copy work. When you do your copy work, you used to have to do copy work all the time. This is Waldo. Do you see Waldo in the chair? He has not walked for quite a while. He was riding his pony when it ran and threw him off. Look at the cat and the little kittens. Isn't that the cutest picture? Make a lot of kids from that book. Yeah, penmanship or copy work is, yeah. Yeah, I love this picture. So cute, so cute. And then there's the last copy page. So, and then it's got the student series on the back. Look at all the age on there. You know, where that kid probably, you know, hauled his lunch back and forth or whatever and spilled it everywhere. You know, sitting on the dinner table and, you know, spilled it while he was doing his homework after dinner or whatever. I love it. Dropped it on the way home from school or whatever he did. I mean, you could do a whole little story just on that. But I love this book. So I have scanned this. This is going in. So I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites. Then I actually have 3 of these. I'm thinking about parting with 2. And keeping 1 for myself. Just because, you know, I have a lot of these things. Not a lot of these. I have 3. 3. My husband's great uncle and his grandfather and all of them worked on the railroad, the Pennsylvania Railroad to be exact. And you know, if you were a conductor, or you know, the kind of person as you went down and you checked each car to make sure, you know, all the passengers had tickets, what their ticket number was, and all of that. That's what this is. It's a Pennsylvania Railroad form. So it's got the date. These are from the 30s. The date, the train, the conductor, the engine number, the engineman, from wherever the train started to where the train went. If it was loaded, if it had anthracic coal, bituminous coal, if it was an empty car, and all that. So, you know, you could keep track of all the cars that you had. And these are like brand new, but they're from the 30s. And so that is the front form. And the back form is the chart still again. And then it's got a place for remarks at the bottom. I don't know. I'm going to try to see and hold these up and see if you guys can see. I don't know if you guys will be able to see or not. Let's see. Yeah, you can sort of tell that. You can see where it has that embossed look, like right there. Like right there, that line. It's funny because that's where they printed it. And where they printed the dark lines, because the printers back then, you know, clicked the areas. It actually has an embossed feeling. So when you feel it, it has ridges. Like, I don't know. Can you guys hear that? You can hear the ridges in it. It's really cool. So I have 2 pads of those. So, you know, I'll probably sell some of these off. These are not, well, they're forms. I don't know. Let me do some checking because I'm not sure. I don't think so because it's from 1930. Even though they're empty forms, I don't think you technically can. But they are 4 1/4 by 9 1/4. So they are perfect for, like, you know, a journal page. So I love them. But I actually thought about making some to use in my digital kits because I think they would be really cute. And they're super, I think they'd be super easy to make. They're just, you know, taking the time to do the very first one. So I may be selling 2 of those. If I do, I may sell one as a complete book. And then the others is like several sheets, you know, so everybody can get some or whatever. I'm trying to be fair. I told you guys. Hold on. Oh. I told you guys I have a ton of weird stuff. And I'm talking weird stuff. Okay, I had to get a drink of water. This I got, and this is, let's see, let me see how old this is. Hold on. How come when you go to, it is 1887. Hi, Suze. The Standard Hoyle, the Modern Authority on Games. You guys know Hoyle board games, Hoyle poker cards. This was their manual, and it is a big boy. It is 532 pages. It is the rules of all kinds of different sports. Some of them have pictures. Some don't. There was pictures. Yeah, see? Dominoes. Card games. There's scat. Billiards, backgammon, draughts, chess, you know, there's little chess boards and all kinds of stuff. So some of these I'm going to be croquet, vintage croquet, and how to set it up. I mean, how cute is that? How to set your football field up. So the games that are covered in this are all fours, all fives, blind all fours, California Jack, commercial pitch, Dom Perdo, laws of all fours, pitch, wrestle, let's see, backheart, backgammon, bagatelle, baseball, bezique, billiards, some of these I've never heard of, blind hooky, boodle, Boston, brag, calibricella, casino, catch the 10, chess, commerce, commit, connections, coon can, cribbage, cricket, croquet, curling, dice, dominoes, draw, poker, draughts or checkers, a cart, EO, euchre, faro, 5 and 10, fives, football, handball, hazard, hearts, hockey or shinny, imperial, jockey club, keno, lacrosse, lawn tennis, lansquenet, loo, lottery, matrimony, monte, old sledge, pinochle, polo, Pope Joan, props, put, quadrille, quince, quoits, I guess is how you say that. Rackets, reversey, roulette, rounds, shuffleboard, sift, smoke, 66, scat, slobber hands, snip, snap, snoring, solitaire, solo, speculation, spoil 5, spot, tarot, 10 pens, the Earl, 31, Vingtoon, and whist. So some of those I've never even heard of. So if you've heard of them, good for you. You're showing your age. No, just but so there, and there are kinds of pictures in here. I actually have a kit that I am working on because I sort of want to make. We have so many different kits that, you know, they focus on mom, they focus on dad, they focus on the kids, you know, they focus on flowers, they focus on herbs, they focus on, you know, all that kind of stuff. I want to do sort of a family journal that's about, you know, everybody in the family and just sort of like family memories and all that. So I sort of want to do like a vintage board game type journal, you know, that's got checkerboard and playing cards and just all that kind of different game type things, because a lot of people like to play games, not just with family, but I mean with friends and everything else. I just think it'd be sort of neat to do, you know, some of the old games and stuff. So that's where I actually picked this up and got it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Is everybody still hanging with me in there? Or am I going too fast? I'm talking too much. This is from 1883. Check out this cover, guys. And yes, I bought this cover originally. I didn't know what shape the book was in. I had a person looking for older books for me, and they found it, but I did not know, you know, what shape it was in. I love the cover, but I can't break the book, because the book, other than this, like where it looks like some little kid or something got in there and ate it, or they've hit it against something, or it even has flowers on the spine. It's Henry Wadsworth Longfellow from 1883. And it is the poetical works. So it's all his poems. Hymns of Bethlehem, Sunrise on the Hill, Hymns at Night, the Psalms of Life, Footsteps of Angels, Flowers, just all of that. And I can scan this because the spine is already broke. If you can see, the spine is like busted down completely. The poor person who carried this around, because it's smaller, so I think it was like, you know, something somebody carried around a little bit more, just apparently has read this thing to death, because it is just beat to death. And some of the pages even have like fingerprints. Or a rodent. I was trying to be nice. Evangeline, By the Fireside. I mean, there's just tons of it in there. But so I actually can scan some of these and include these. So I thought that was really cool. But I love the cover of this book. And some of my books like this that I'm not tearing down, if I can scan them, I will scan them. If I cannot scan them, like I said, I'm going to try to get a book scanner to do it. I am going to scan the covers and the spines and the backs, because I think I love doing journals that have like that old cover on them. I think that's cool. I know, a kid chewing a book. Whatever, Kath. I was being funny. In the garden. Well, I may have to, maybe I'll scan that and put that up as a freebie for everybody doing the secret garden kit. Let me put a marker in there. Maybe I'll do that. There, everybody can have a freebie from my book. So that's one. Oh, let me get a drink of water. I was being funny. Every time I look up and see that from Kath, I just I was being funny. I really was. Okay. So, oh, mercy me. I got this one. It's the city of Canterbury in England. Canterbury. And it is, when I see the date, let me see the date, and then I'll flip through and show you. Hold on, I'm trying to find the date. Oh, I just seen it yesterday. Where was it at? $1922. So there's the cover. And there are some pretty pretty pictures in here, you guys. That's definitely gonna have to go on a kit. I mean, look at the hotel and restaurant. Cute. And the linen. Look at the spectacles. Good cars from the Canterbury Motor Company. Oh, 1922. Yep. The Royal and Ancient City of Canterbury. The Fountain Hotel. The County Hotel. Ye Olde Cathedral Antique. I mean, some of these I think would just be cute too. I know they're black and white, but I think they would be so cute. You know, just to make tags out of. And there's the map of Canterbury. So I'm thinking about just doing just a Canterbury kit. I think it would be really cute. And there's like how to see it. There's a moat, city walls, mound. And I'll flip through. There's all kinds of. I love this book. Look at that hand sketch. I mean, this is the baptistry, is what it's known as. Isn't that pretty? I mean, so there's like regular pictures, but then there's sketches. There's sketches of houses. I mean, wouldn't that be pretty just on a journal page? And with it being black and white, just a real muted, real delicate. Some quaint Canterbury gables and windows. I mean, see, I think just this on a page with some like really delicate flowers and pastels in the background. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. Then I talk about all their. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that to die for? And these are all like the little houses. This is known as the cathedral. Christchurch Gateway. How pretty. Everybody's quiet tonight. Nobody really talking. Nettie. The Norman stairwell. Or stairway, I'm sorry. The corner of the cloisters. Isn't that pretty? And then, of course, there's another map. I know. There's the nave of the cathedral. Inside the cathedral. I mean, I just think this would make a pretty kit by itself. The Norman city. Or the crypt. It's the crypt under the cathedral. I love it. There's the West Gate. With its turrets. And there is stuff in here that talks about like all the streets. Like King John Street. It says here in 1201, passed by King John with his new bride Isabel of Angoulême to be recrowned with her in the cathedral. And here also in 1220, passed their son Henry III to be crowned a second time before returning to the city a few months later to be present at the translation of the remains of St. Thomas from the crypt to the priceless shrine above. So, I mean, there's like all kinds of, it has information in there too about all the streets. It's pretty cool, but I love St. Martin's Church. Yeah, I think that they're just gorgeous. And I mean, honestly, this is Augustine's Gate. The ruins of Greyfriars. If you're walking along and you're looking at books and you're trying to pick out, you're looking for older ones and that St. John's Hospital. And you're looking, this is one that probably most people would walk past. Mercy Lane. Oh, bye, Marty. Okay, Lori. Be safe, honey. Let me know when you got home. Text me and let me know. The ancient city of the walls. Oh, okay. They're just so pretty. And then there's, you know, all the advertisements at the back. Good night, Marty. Tell Ron we said hi. So yeah, there's just, I mean, look at that little old truck with the people out front. All the little old trucks for sale. So I mean, that's a little tea room. I know. I love it. Love you too, girl. Oh, Lori, mom's happy. Did you see that? So yeah, there's all kinds of like the little ship even, and the old cars. Even the advertisements are really nice. The Fleur de Lis Hotel. I mean, but yeah, I mean, if you were walking through the thing and you seen that, most people would just pass that up and go, "Oh, it's a paperback. It's probably not old." But it's actually from 1922. So I was excited about that. Houston's new physical geography. It is falling apart. It is. So it is one that's going to get. No, it's not a Titanic. It's just a ship. The end pages are gorgeous in here. Try to hold them up where you can see them. And they're pretty. It is falling apart. So this one is going. This one is getting scrapped. There are like 5 blank pages in the front of this one. But they've got that color to them, so it's really cool. I actually thought about scanning some of these even, just as blank pages, but they have the age to them that you can't get just. There is Niagara Falls. Look, Mom, it's Niagara Falls. This is from 1895. 1895. Look at that picture, girl. And that is just the little front cover picture. There are tons of pictures in here that are just amazing. I'll try to flip through. I mean, even the little top things have pictures in them that are really pretty. It's a little house in it. I love it. Me too, Mom. And that is so pretty. And it's got little volcanoes. And look, even the contents, the table of contents page is just gorgeous. I know. Like in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That picture is amazing. I love it. And then all the pages have these little pictures on top of them like that. So like this is all the study of the earth. I'll hold this down so maybe you can. Maybe that has little ships in it. Like these little sort of vignette type pictures that they have are all throughout the book. Like those are just pictures of the earth because it's talking about like there's the equinox with the year on it, which is really cool. See, there's another one. And I mean, they're pretty detailed. So my hope is to scan these and then be able to sell off the pages. Oh, that map is gorgeous. Because, I mean, I love the scans. But then again, I'm like, well, maybe I should just scan it because if something happens in my digital, then I've always got my backup. I don't know. So I'll try to flip through. But I mean, all the pictures are really pretty. Look at that. It's a mountain pass, and I don't know. This is a mountain pass, and I don't know if you guys can see the little wagon coming through there with the little people, if it's clear enough for you guys to see that or not. But it's a little wagon with little people coming through it, so it'd be perfect for like an Oregon Trail book or something like that. There's little boats. A little mountain. This is the Sahara. Look at the little camels. And kangaroos for a little Australian one. And the water. And it's got like a little ship on the water. little deer. There's all kinds of just, I love the pictures in this. And a map. And there's all kinds of maps. And the maps are like different kinds. So there's like one for wind, one for air, one for, the landscape. And so see, there's another one. This one is about ocean currents. So it has a whole different vibe to it. Yeah, it would be pretty in the atmosphere. And it's got like the different seasons. Like somebody's clown, then they're in the snow. So it's all different things. It's just so pretty. I think these would be pretty on top of a journal page. Like as a topper on the page. Then you have all the blank part to write at the bottom, because so many times, you get journals and the whole page is covered with stuff and you need that extra writing space. So I'm thinking about you doing these like that with a whole lot of writing space, just if you want like more of like an actual writing journal. So there's another map. So I'll probably do these maps and there's camels again for sandstorm, a storm at sea. There's another ship turned over. He's grabbing the little guy where the boat turned over and he's lost at sea. So I mean, there's just all kinds of. See, there's a ton of these like this. There's another map, pretty map. And it talks about people and. There's animals. So, I mean, you get a nice mix. There's a lion. Another pretty map. Look at the pine trees. Isn't that pretty? Look at the pine trees. Aren't they pretty? I love pine trees. It's like my favorite tree. There's another map. The palm trees, banyan trees. Then there's another little picture. So there's just a ton of and see, there's just tons of them. These all have little ships on them. It's talking about hail and snow and glaciers. This is about clouds. So you get all the really pretty clouds in there. So the clouds in that picture. See, that's what I need to do is make a prayer journal or like a Bible journal. I need to make one for my mom. But yeah, so that's called Houston's New Physical Geography. 1920, what was I say, 22 or something? I always try to say what the names of it and the dates are. 1895. Woo, that wasn't 1920. Oh, hey. And then this one is actually mine, and I'm going to say this first before I say what this is, because I don't want anybody to get upset or whatever, because I know people have different feelings about things. This is a Battles and Leaders of the Civil War. I do collect Civil War things. I have a lot of Civil War things. I have family that fought on both sides. So just before... I just don't want, and it's broke down. The spine is broken down in this, but it does have like battle pictures and all of that. And this is from 1888. But I love some of the pictures in here are really pretty. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over this because, but there are some pictures of like the battle and towns where they were at and all of that kind of thing. So, and there is stuff about both sides. This is general. It's not a one side versus the other. It's actually a study about the whole entire. It's both sides. But like they have some really cool pictures in there that. So, but yeah, this is one of my big ones. But I love the cover on this, so I am scanning the cover. Because I love the cover and I want the cover for a journal. And I mean, both sides are in really good condition. And then I can go in and take the name off the top of it. So it just has the plain spine with the gold on the ends. So I am going to be having a, what is the word I want to use? I am going to be doing like a vintage cover kit that'll just be vintage covers that you can print out and use with any kind of kit. And then I have this Purdy. It's a ledger. It's a single entry ledger. It is from, let's see, I want to think 1930s. Oh, excuse me. I want to think 1947. I'm sorry. It is a grocery store ledger. It was a grocery store. I love the age, and the wear and tear on this is just amazing. And it's really cool because it has all the alphabet things down the side. So I'm going to be scanning these for a kit because I think they're adorable. I know, I love the cover. So there were some old receipts. Like here is an old receipt for if you got your newspaper, and they paid for 5 years. It was $4.41 for 5 years of the newspaper. Some Fleer's mystery pencils and how you can get them, which is really cool. And that was just throw it in here. And there's all kinds of pages that are written in. The thing I like is there is this massive collection, probably from, let's see, 182 all the way to, let's see what page this is. To page 87 has no writing whatsoever on them, which is awesome. So, I mean, you've got pages you can scan that are, there were some old, the side of the receipt they had left over in there, like when somebody had delivered something. And it's really funny because some of the things will be like, it'll say, there was Good by Lola, Goods by Eugene, Snuff by Bertha, One Cake Candy and Gum by Luella. So, I mean, it's just Washing Pea, Goods. So, I mean, like, and if there was like a family, it'll say, Sally came in and got this, Mary came in and picked this up. Yeah, Jolay wants rugs, 2 strips, 15 foot, 2 inches, and 14. I'm guessing 14 foot. Oh yeah, 14 foot and 3 inches wide. I mean, seriously, that's hilarious. There's where somebody bought tobacco. And so, I mean, it's just candy, cake, and apples and crayons. Oh, there's other stuff. Yeah. And then there's a couple little different things that they just wrote on. So I like that a lot. And the blank pages and stuff will be really cool to use in journals, especially with them being blank, because you literally can use them to write on, because these are like in excellent condition. So I was excited about that. So I may be doing some ledger paper. I'll try to get some of these in tomorrow. That's what my day, all day tomorrow is gathering and getting things. And then I have these. And these are Scary's college, and it is in Scotland. This is the bookkeeping set. This is the journal of purchase, sales, returns, cash, bills, and books. So first of all, you open it up and you've got a really cool like a treasures list that they had copied it. So it's like the really, really old copier, And so there's several of those, of how they would do it. Like this one's all handwritten. But where the bookkeeping worksheet 10 for the bill of exchange. So, some of these I'll try to copy, or they may go into a digital kit. I don't know. And then this is like the journal of what they did. So like the pages have different writing on them, just sort of, you know, if they brought forward cash, if they took it back. It's where they had to follow the ledger day by day, you know, to make sure, like the final balance, the purchaser's book, the sales book, where they kept track, their cash book, where they kept track of all of the bookkeeping that they did. So it's pretty cool. And there are ledger pages in the back of this that are blank, that I can scan in as printables or have as whatever. But there's a ton of these sheets. So I thought that was really cool. And this actually came, what is from Scotland. So, and then it has bookkeeping hints and stuff on the back. Then this is the Scary's College Facsimile of Business Forms. And this book is cool. Oh, so like this is the index of pages, which the index alone, if you can see, you know, where they wrote it and all that, is pretty cool. But there's a ton of stuff in here. So there's like all of the index pasted. Here's the postage book where they kept track of the postage. So it's a postage form, which is pretty cool. And then, oh yeah, guys, a blank postage form. How cool is it to have the written one and the blank one? These are two stamped off, the little 2-pence stamps. Let me put those to the side for real fast. Here's the Colomar Petty Cash book and where they tracked it and wrote in it. And I'm not going to flip it. And then there's the blank one. So we'll be able to use, you know, scan it so you can have copies of the blank one. I know, right, Kath? Here's the number 4, the order book. These are from Glasgow, and they're blank. And there's the back of the order form. Again, it's blank. Here is the invoice, bought at Ackford and Burns in Liverpool. And again, the bottom one's blank. And again, they're blank. Then there's invoice forms that you can fill in yourself that doesn't have any city, no street, no nothing. So you literally can use them to record your own, which I thought was sort of cool. Okay, then there's a credit note that's blank. There's a statement, a number 8 statement, and then there's a blank number 8 statement. It's all blank. Oh, cool. Oh, mine's a grocery store ledger book. Yeah, if they start cutting out pages and stuff and actually taking it apart, it actually devalues it if you buy it like from antique stores or anything like that. There's a number 9 receipt, and then there's a blank one, which I love the fact that, you know, you've got blank and they're, you know, they're two-sided. And this actually has where you can rip off and you have the statement at the side. There's a pay-in slip, and on the back it has the pay-in slip that's blank. Well, let me just go this way. And then these are from the Commercial Education Bank of England. And so you could actually write your checks out. And then there's your little 2 pences on there. And you can actually do that. And then they're blank on the back. Then you have your inland bill of exchange. So you have an inland bill of exchange. And then you have the back of it. And then it has the transactions between classes and sections of the same class. But now I don't really want to rip this book apart. I don't really want to, like, what is the word I want? I don't want to rip it apart. I don't want to separate the pages just because I think it's so cool, especially with, you know, the journal. So this journal goes through everything that happened in this book is in here. But what I think I'm going to do is try to see if I can scan it. And I probably will do it as a digital But I probably will do it as a physical kit that you can buy in my shop too, as well as the digital. Because some people like, buying the physical, because I think these would be really cool if you printed them out vintage and you printed it out on like parchment paper. It would be amazing. So there's that set. And then my last one, it's the Natural Advanced Geography from the American Book Company. It has the coolest front on it. So, and it does, the spine is messed up though, but it does have, it's all stainy, and if it's scannable, then scan. These I thought were stickers when I bought it. I went, some kind of kid has went and put stickers in it. It's not. These actually came with the book. Now the pencil drawings, where somebody's trying to draw an eyeball or whatever, were from kids. These were actually printed in the book. And it's natural and advanced geography. So, some of the things have, over time, disappeared. But this one is so cool. The maps in here are amazing. Like, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm like looking at this and I'm going, okay, I really like these two little maps. These would be cute on a journal page. This right here, I'm thinking, okay, I just want to scan this, fussy cut around it, divide it in the middle, and actually, like, if you're flipping through a journal, have this half on your page, you flip over and the other half of the maps on the other. I think that would be so cool. So there's all kinds of, and you'll see where the red and the yellow is. That's where a little kid colored it. There is coloring in here, but some of these pictures are just amazing. And I love and these pages are huge, you guys. This book, let me get these others out of the way. This book is 10. I don't think I said the date. This is from 1898. 1898. Yep, so there's tons of stuff. Now you can tell where somebody let their kid just ransack the book, which I sort of like, but I don't like, Like some of these, I mean, look at that. I love these maps like that. Oh, I think this one's stuck. Oh, there it went. So this has animals in it, like little groups of animals, which are pretty cool. And then there's all kinds of people, places, like harvest time. Look at the cattle herding in Montana. Hold on. And then there's hog raising in central Illinois. And is that the little cowboys on the horses? They've colored something in there. I don't know. I hate when they do that. So there's just all kinds. And there are, I don't like the coloring, pretty maps. It glitched past the book size. It is 10 by 12 and a half. I wonder why. It may be the weather. Our humidity is really high right now. So, we're battling with lightning and stuff like that. So that may have been what it was. So yeah, there's just whoever's little kid went through. I love these maps. So these maps are definitely going to get scanned and put through. But whoever's little kid went through and colored everything, sometimes you want to just find somebody else's kid and go, what in the world were you thinking, child? And it's with markers and stuff, so it was later. And it does have, this has about Connecticut, Rhode Island, Delaware, Maryland. There's something about every city. There's Indiana. There's the public landing in Cincinnati. There's Cincinnati on the water. And there's Chicago and Michigan. Look, is Marty on? Oh, Marty's gone and she went to bed. So this is all, the U.S. So there's you know, all kinds of stuff. Look, there's a steamboat in New Orleans. Yep, I love this book. I love the maps. So I think these maps I'm going to scan off and have a whole collection of the maps because they're just gorgeous. And they're not just the United States. So let me flip through here a little bit. Okay, let me get past the United States. Okay, so that was all the United States. This one is South America. So then it sort of goes through all of the same thing about South America, which is pretty cool. Then there's Eurasia. Look, 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 look. Look, 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 look. Look at the animals. It's gorgeous. Then there's Europe. There's a nice map of Europe. There's Rome. There's a Viking ship. I mean, there's just a really cool. There's Asia. All of this stuff in Asia. There's Africa. Who was it? Was it Catherine was looking? It is 10 by. Hold on. It is 10 by 12 and 3/4, basically. Australia, the Pacific Islands. I think. Hold on. There is. Okay, here's countries north of the United States. Here's the Rocky Mountains in Canada. There's a fur trading post in Canada. See the little fur trading posts and little dogs? So there's the whole thing on the Dominion of Canada. There's the wharves at Montreal. Hopefully the picture comes in better than that. The Parliament Building at Ottawa. The Citadel at Quebec. The Monterey Falls near Quebec. There's a Newfoundland fishing schooner. There's traveling on their ice cap in Greenland. Geesh. And then it goes into Danish. And then it's got Central America on here too. I skipped over those a while ago. So there is quite a few things in there. I absolutely love it. So yes, I have a lot of scanning to do. I will have to look and see. I know I do have some Canadian stuff, Nettie, but when I say this, and I'm saying this very lightly, this is not all my stuff. This is just ones I pulled out. But I thought it would be neat because, I mean, I'm always talking about, oh, I've got this or I've got this. And everybody's always like, oh, you know, I'd really like to see what you got, blah, 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 blah. So I thought I would pull it out and just sort of do like a field trip through my library. It's just something a little different. And I thought you guys would like to see it. So, like I said, some of the things I probably will either try to scan or, you know, separate if I'm going to sell them off. And then, you know, some of them I'm keeping. So it just sort of depends. But it's a pretty big variety. So I have those. Of course, I still have vintage sheet music. A lot of vintage sheet music. I still have other vintage things that I just haven't pulled out just because I didn't get to it. You know, I'm trying to sort through every single thing that I've got, and I've just got a ton of things. I have a lot of doilies and napkins and all that kind of stuff. Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you. Well, you know, sometimes you see things and you're like, well, and if there was anything like specific in there that you've seen, like that you would love to see, like a digital or something in there, you know, give me a holler or, you know, let me know. Because I mean, I know some things are hard to come by. So, which is why I'm sort of leery to sell some of it off because I don't know. I mean, like the ones from Scotland, the business bookkeeping forms, I'll never see those again in my lifetime, I'm guessing. So, you know, scanning those and being able to keep those, you know, that's something I like to keep in my collection. But yeah, there's a ton of them. So A Canada kit. That's hard to do when you're based in the States because you just don't see a lot of Canada stuff down here. But I'll keep my eyes out and see. I mean, there was a few there, but there's just not a lot there. So I'll have to see what else I have. But does anybody else have any other questions or anything like that? Anybody? Anybody? I try to give everybody a question. Anybody? 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 Well, everybody's been quiet tonight. Well, I will be on for the auction tomorrow. And then Monday and Tuesday, we more than likely we will be working towards the end of the Secret Garden. Trying to wrap it up probably Monday and Tuesday. If we don't get it finished Monday and Tuesday, I may come on Wednesday and do it. No, April. I have got an email. I got an email into them. I got an email back. They are finally getting to where they're starting to catch up. Now they're going through the queue. So they told me, within the next week or two. So hopefully by the next sale, it will be here. I'm hoping. That's sort of. But I mean, I did order some. Maybe. So, okay. Anybody else have anything? My mom likes seeing all my stuff. If she can't come over and spend the whole entire day going through my whole entire room. Okay. Okay, well, we will see you guys tomorrow. You guys take care. Love y'all. Stay safe and healthy. And we'll see you back here at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Bye.